I think it's very fitting in a city like San Francisco that embraces diversity and that embraces just a representative group, that the three, the fire chief, the police chief, and the district attorney, predominantly, or historically at least, male-dominated positions, are all women. Traditionally, fire chiefs are in the twilight of their career, looking forward to a very well-deserved retirement. So for me, it's great because I don't have any intention of retiring anytime soon. And I really want to formulate a plan, develop it, and I'd love to be able to see it through. That, to me, is what's going to set us apart and really get us to where we need to go.
Welcome to Treasure Island. This is San Francisco Fire Department's premier training facility. I'm Lieutenant Anita Paratli, and I'm a training lieutenant for San Francisco Fire Department. We need a lot of work in evacuation plans, working with citizens on this. I think it's really hard. The Bay Area, San Francisco, is surrounded by bridges, and in one end a freeway. How do we get out hundreds and thousands of people all at once if we have to? I think as first responders, we're really good at mitigating and stabilizing an incident, and maybe even multi-incidents. But when a whole city reaches a disaster point, I think it's going to be very difficult on our resources, our stress level. We watched New York lose its whole command staff when the buildings collapsed, and I think we really need to work more on organizing, not only on a first responder level, but with the civilians as well, because I think we're going to be a little caught, especially on evacuation, if we don't develop that area more. Right now, I'm actually standing next to a confined space prop that was designed by Lieutenant Ron Tujimoto, and it's for the purpose of training to extricate people out of confined spaces. So it involves lots of things. First of all, monitoring the air. You would need to do that before you even go in. Shoring up for our own safety. Breaching, we would put one of these slabs in front to simulate a collapse and difficulty to get in. And some of the tools to breach the slabs and whatever we have to do to get in, then to shore, then to keep monitoring the air to bring out someone safely. So this prop has vaults. We put slabs in front of each vault, so we have to keep moving along because it simulates what happens in a real building. We'll cut a pilot hole to inspect the air quality in there to see if it's what's going on for the victims inside. As you can see here, this slab has been breached to get into this vault. And not only the concrete had to be breached, the rebar also had to be cut. And once you make entry, you would have to start shoring up for your own safety, because you don't know the stability of these slabs and vaults. It's interesting, we had to make this prop look like a collapse, but also be safe. So there's a lot of, for training purposes. So there's a lot of tunnels underneath thousands of pounds of rubble. It was very cleverly designed. And everyone that worked on this project were firefighters, including the artists that did the facades and the carpenters to help make this prop and even move the slabs. So we're very proud of this rescue training site. Even these K-rails here that you often see on highways and freeways for traffic dividers, we use these as props with cars. We'll have damaged cars we get from the wrecking yard, and we'll try to extricate patients inside the cars, thrown out of them, caught under these K-rails. Oh, back in 2003, I went to a specialized training and incident command system in Anniston, Alabama, and it had a gigantic model city. We worked with multidisciplined professionals, to simulate a disaster and how we'd handle that. All of us walked away with, wow, we need to do a lot more. What we're doing here today is we're testing our aerial skills, aerial operation skills. It seems like a basic test. We're trying to secure the wheels, place the outriggers properly and secure the outriggers, and test the equipment, including the intercom, in a timely manner. We want it to be so routine and almost like brushing your teeth, because when you show up at a fire and the building's rolling and people are in windows and several windows and need to get out, you want to be able to do this securely and safe and get those people out quickly. So when you're in that stressful situation, you can deploy it and not even think twice to get those people out. Right, just a little bit of the bubble, make it more flatter versus the bubble you see in that wheel, right? So that's what you want to look for in the wheel. I also want to show you something. It has to be off. So if it's still touching, that means you're too short too. So the area won't let you come out. So there's a little sensor on both sides. So you judge it by your duals.
Rib on it. So that differentiates it between the ones we have on our 1 3/4 lines. Chocks are good, right? We don't use them enough. Chalk everything. So anyway, we're going to take, let's see, how about 3 engine and 2 people from 21?
This is going to be standard. It's always carrying this bag.
You know, it's always
carrying
two,
the hose.
right. It's always 2 companies, but you can throw a hose pack over here, Scott, too. Hey, you're going in 1 and 2, right? I still think he's on the engine. Yeah.
You're not going?
Mask bag.
Or you can get up here on the step. Any debris out of it. Figure most of these high rises, the thing hasn't been in probably 10 or 15 years. But when you open this one, watch out. Don't take too much, pull it off the standpipe. Because otherwise you get 35 kinks in it right here.
Make a loop on the top there. Very good.
Get in. What you want to do is, once they start going around the circle,
Okay, now. You do not want to be inside the hose. Because if you start pulling it, you're going to get stuck. You want to be outside. It's probably easier on your back to pull this way. See, you're pulling the wrong way. You want to be facing her. Okay? That's what you want to do.
But the thing is, if you muscle it around a corner, what happens? That's why you need some of the corners. As soon as you go around the corner with that, I mean,
That's why it's a 2-company line, for
well,
sure.
Saragusa would like 1 3/4 lines with 2 company lines, just for that reason.
Draw a line. So if you're
But I mean,
here, if you're facing the hose
Here,
to
that's
the
what
left,
we're making.
the person behind wants to go to the right. You want to stay in line. You want to keep, and not close. You want to have a little bit of space. You'll see that on the drill over there.
When he
But
was
you want to be in line.
moving it, like right now.
You'll see now, he goes left and right now. Well, he goes up. Squirt it to the left.
Yeah, so I'll push out.
Here, get out in the middle of the stairway. Okay, so if he's going left, you want to get over here. You're going to get behind him. If you're both together,
Yeah.
he starts squirting the left, it's going to throw both of you.
Okay.
Okay, so just be aware of that. You'll see that on the drill on the other side.
Okay.
Catch, and
It makes it a lot easier if you shut it down and then make that move, especially when you come up into corners, okay? Or you've got to go around something. A lot of these high rises that are commercial, they have partitions, okay? You can get lost real easy, and that is a major problem. So it's very important that you know what you're getting into so you can get out of it. They have those signs that tell you where you are in the building. All right, look for them, use them. That's going to give you a real good floor configuration. Okay, let's, everybody else, take turns now, and you'll get a pretty good idea what we're talking about.
Excellent. Fire department procedure, as we all know, floor below the fire. So if 3 engine comes in with 41 engine and they're making the lead, 4 below the fire, okay? Once they start knocking the fire down, God be willing, you can hook up the second company that they want to get another line of backup line, they can go right on the fire floor, hook up to the standpipe there. Only one standpipe.
When you say the whole standpipe, you mean one out.
Well,
The key is to get the 6 people working on one company. The first line, very well led, is a big to start this. We have other ways of putting in 2 lines in place, but you want to start off right, and then you can add more lines. Automatic second alarm, right? So here comes more hose, more personnel, avoiding confusion. But that's what you want to get, one line well led.
Yeah.
And then bring the second 150, and here comes another 300 feet to get 2 lines to get circling around. So that's why it's all laid out. Start off right. Remember, this fire has had a 15-minute head start on it.
hold it on their foot, so they have enough line to use for standpipe. One person then will take the first male to the female from the standpipe. Just keep an open mind on it, believe me. Okay, we ready here? Okay.
The great thing about working in the firehouse is this sense of second family and camaraderie and the ability to truly make a difference. Being able to have the training and to go into a situation where most people are running out of or panicking, to be able to work as a team and affect a positive, in many times, positive outcome for people that are really scared and fearful, and it's such a gratifying experience. And the other thing is that the excitement of it all. You go in at 8 o'clock in the morning. You don't know what the day's going to bring. And for me, that's very exciting. It's very gratifying.
Someone asked me just the other day if I still get the same adrenaline rush as I did almost 10 years ago. And I can honestly say I do. It's still exciting. The variety is still there. You come to work every day. You don't know what to expect. And the bebop goes off, which are the tones, and then you hear the word box, and you know that you're due. So your pulse races, or you get a medical call and you hear it's for a pediatric, a little child or an elderly person, the most vulnerable amongst us in our society. And your pulse does still race, yes. I always try and stay professional, as I'm sure everybody else does in the fire department. And I think to myself, if my parents lived in this city and they were in need of help, medical attention, how would I want them to be treated? And obviously it's with respect. If my children were in need of medical attention, or God forbid any emergency arose where the fire department was called out, how would I want them to be treated? And that's how I deal with difficult patients and people that seem a little unappreciative of our services.
My name is Casey Cardinale. I am an H2 firefighter. I am in an acting incident scene specialist spot. I was born in Daly City, California. My dad and I are actually the first father-daughter in San Francisco, and we've been the longest working together in San Francisco.
So I was very excited, very nervous. It is a dangerous job, so those thoughts are always in the back of your head. It was exciting because I was the first father to have a daughter in the San Francisco Fire Department. Right now, we're still the only father-daughter team in the department. There have been others over the years, but the fathers have all retired. I'm still working, so we're still the only one left. And it's been, it'll be 18 years in November.
They've got several fires burning in Southern California right now. There's, last estimate, there's 6 major fires burning, and they're calling for resources from Northern California.